What's up, everybody? Kafka here, and today we are back with another part-time sorcerer, full-time everything else, the gaming edition. So today we're just gonna go around, do some stuff, and talk about gaming, and that excites me. And just real quick before we get started here, I want to show this comment I got on my YouTube channel, and it was about the last video and around the this series that I'm calling it. This series, Part-Time Sorcerer series. Calling it that because, we have a busy life, right? And it's kind of like to share that busy life, but I also want to talk about some things that I enjoy, some things that I've done, and things that I've been a part of. And Josh B3392 said, "Hey man, I highly encourage you to continue this series, even if you count or interactions might not be what you hope for." So, we're continuing the series, and today's edition of the series is all about gaming and a sneak peek because I haven't made a video about this yet, but I have a charge bolt build, and I'm going to give you all a sneak peek about this charge bolt build if you're watching this video. So, if you're not, you don't get this video. So, I was just marking the chest after I get my cinders. All right, so I want to take it back to the early years of gaming. Man, I started gaming like all of you, and it'd be cool to hear in the comments of like when did you actually start gaming? Like how old were you when you started gaming? I think it would be cool to hear that from everyone that's watching this video. But man, I started gaming. I'm gonna turn down the volume of the desktop so it's not super loud. Make sure. I started gaming when I was about 7 years old. So I'm well into my 30s now, and I just kind of had a love for gaming from the start. Before gaming, I would play with like wrestling characters and Legos. Not many Legos. Legos are expensive, man. Legos these days, holy smokes, Legos are really expensive these days. Only got 20 minutes left of this. But when I was 7 years old, my brother was like 10, and we got our first Nintendo. And with the Nintendo, we got some games, of course. Man, I can't believe the things you remember in life is just absolutely crazy. But I remember all the games that we got, and two of the games that stick out the most are the Super Mario Brothers. That's a staple. I believe that's definitely like a staple video game. And the other game was a wrestling game because we were big into wrestling as kids. So like it was like the first wrestling game ever to be put on Nintendo. I wish I had like a picture of it, throw it up on the screen for you. This is kind of like raw and cut, right? We're just talking. I'm thinking like these videos are kind of wow, that was quick. What the heck? Why was that so quick? I never use my obols. I always forget to use the obols. So I'm thinking more like I guess kind of like a podcast with like no one else. Maybe one day I'll have like a guest appearance on these videos. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it was WrestleMania. Like literally WrestleMania. It was a great game, and it was like the best. Nintendo was like the best back then. Like I was too young for Atari, so I never played that game or never played that console. But Nintendo was easily the first. Tell me what Nintendo game like there's going to be a couple titles that are going to come up. So, one that comes to mind is we were big into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. There was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was only a one player game, so we always had to rotate the controllers. And it was fun. Whatever. We played it. We played the crap out of it. We beat it. But there's a game called River City Ransom. Like, comment below if you ever played River City Ransom. Like I want to hear about it. That game was just absolutely insane. So we played that a ton. It was like it's kind of like a fighting style game, but like had a good storyline for being a Nintendo game, which is kind of crazy. Oh, another chest, man. Love when we get the chest. I'm not gonna get very many steel on this Hell Tide. I came to it a little bit late. That's okay. So we played a lot of sports games like Tecmo Bowl and what else? Tecmo Bowl. And there was a beach volleyball game, which was really fun. But if we're talking sports games, Tecmo Bowl's like a staple, but double dribble. I was 7 years old. I was actually already playing basketball, but double dribble. Like, let me tell you about double dribble. Literally the best basketball game you could play. It was insane. So obviously loving the Nintendo. You start hearing about things. It's like it was different back then. Like you could just go to YouTube and see the new games or something. It was hard to find out games. You had to go to the we couldn't afford Blockbuster, but there were some other stores around the house that had games. So we'd rent a game once a week and try it out, but we'd always go back to like our staple games. I think Sega was starting to get a little popular too, but we did not go that route. We were true to the game with the Nintendo. So we ended up getting a Super Nintendo, and there's a lot of games that we probably tried, but there's like games that like just stick out with the Super Nintendo. Let me tell you about the ones that were just insane, like hours upon hours of gaming. It was not sports games. There was no Diablo on Super Nintendo. It was not Diablo, I'll tell you that much. But we played a game called Romance of the Three Kingdoms. This was like a turn-based game. It reminds me of like the modern a like the new gotcha phone games, but obviously it was not pay to win. So you had to take over the country of I think it was China and try to expand your base, but you could play up to like 8 players on this game. You just have to pass the controller. And we put so many hours into this game, Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Comment below if you ever played Romance of the Three Kingdoms. The game was insane. Like we just played it nonstop. Probably a little bit too much. I'm thinking, man, I am farming this really slow. What is going on here? All right, so this is the new Charge Bolts build too. I don't know if you guys see it. It's kind of fun. I'm actually kind of enjoying it. I'll probably make a video on it, but y'all seeing it first. It feels pretty good. I'm using it with Lightning Spear. Look at that Pierce. They just fall over. I feel like cinders aren't dropping very good. All right, so another title we got into, still around this day, still very popular, the Final Fantasy game. So there was two extremely popular, actually, and they're worth a lot of money if you have like an unopened version of Final Fantasy 2 or 3. They are worth some dough, and they've remade and remastered, but like it was different playing those games back then because we had a strategy guide. Like you buy the strategy guide book, but we didn't even really pay attention. Who wants to read as a 9-year old, right? So we would uh we would do something pretty funny. Like obviously it's an RPG game, it's one player, but when you like max out all your characters in Final Fantasy, like everyone has like extreme amount of life, all the cool spells, whatever. You could actually attack your own teammate or your own character. So my brother and I, we would pick 2 characters each, and those would be our characters. So I know, goofy, right? We would pick 2 characters, and then we would like fight against ourselves to see who would win. We'd do like PvP in Final Fantasy 2, but played a lot of that game after beating it. Obviously, we had to beat it first. Oh, events back up. Oh, look at that chest, baby. Those silent chests. Get those silent chests. Play Final Fantasy. I don't know if you. I'm just gonna say some names. Comment below if you like remember these names. So, I know you remember Cecil's the main character in season two with Rydia. We call her Rydinia back then. I think it's Rydia. We played. There was like Edge and Edgar. Like there was just a lot of cool characters. Um, I already did that one. And then there was what else was there? There was Final Fantasy 3. I think Terra was the main character. She like, could do the morphing thing. Yeah, that was actually really fun. After the Super Nintendo, love me some Super Nintendo. Like, well, we played the staple games like the Mario Brothers and all that stuff too. But played a lot of, man, these guys. I am not doing good on cinders here, am I? I'm at the move faster. All right, so after Super Nintendo, what did we get next? We got, oh gosh, man, this could be the longest video ever if I'm going this slow, so I'm gonna have to speed it up a little bit. But like, I want to know your order of like systems you got. Like, I want to know the order of systems and consoles. So we went from Super Nintendo, and then we got a, oh, look at this little dude spawned. Like it. Wait, another one? No way. Another one? Okay, give me some Veil crystals. All right, so was the Nintendo 64. And Nintendo 64 had some great games. Obviously, one game I'm so disappointed. I think you guys are gonna be mad at me. I, I did not get into Smash Brothers back then. I don't know why none of our friends played it. We were all day, every day, GoldenEye. GoldenEye was just the game that all the friends played. We would literally play four people. We'd put a card piece of cardboard in the middle, so you couldn't see the screen of the other person because you'd know where they are if you seen their screen. So we played 2v2, put a piece of cardboard in it, and that's what we do. It was absolutely fun. It was so fun. But yeah, I can't like think of any other game that was just like nonstop played. Like Zeldas, yeah, we played those. We beat the Zeldas, we beat that, whatever. Beat the Mario Brothers. Yeah, that was fun. But man, GoldenEye 007 was absolutely ridiculous. Like best game Super Nintendo. If I played Smash, I'd probably think it was Smash, and I would have been good at Smash on freaking Switch. Like I'm decent at Smash on Switch, but man, I wish I would have played it because I would have been a lot better. That would have been cool. We are not doing that. Am I gonna make 300 cinders? Like, comment below. What do you think? Also, I appreciate the people that have been watching the videos, man. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes, all the subscribes. If you haven't yet, that would be freaking fantastic. But after the Super Nintendo, what did we go to? Man, what do you think? PlayStation. PlayStation. And I think the game that came with it was like one of the best games you could get. Um, PlayStation came with, oh man, there's so many games for PlayStation now. I could talk about this all day too. But uh, one of the main games we used to play a lot of was Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal was a great game. Played Tony Hawk's. Tony Hawk's was a great game. Tony Hawk Pro Skater or something like that. I forget what it was actually called. Ooh, nice. And then we also played um, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Twisted Metal, another chest. What's going on here? This is great. Maybe we will get it. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Twisted Metal, and then obviously we're gonna keep the Final Fantasy alive and we played Final Fantasy VII. Cloud, you're my homie. Sephiroth, you're like one of the best. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I need to backtrack. My bad. Talking about Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo, the end guy's name is Kefka. It's Kefka. And and I actually made a mistake when I made a character in a video game, which I'll get to in a little bit, that I used to play. And I named him Kefka. And I like the name better because I wanted to be Kefka because I like that boss so much. And that's where my name came from, bro. Like I made a mistake. I thought it was Kefka the whole time, and it was actually Kefka. So that was funny. I was just a kid, whatever. But Super Nintendo or back to PlayStation, big games, Final Fantasies. Played some sports games, obviously. And then we got into PlayStation 2. I got pretty big into Guitar Hero, I'm not gonna lie. I was doing expert on a few songs and it was intense. Expert on expert on Guitar Hero was really really hard. But I never did the whole band one. What is it called? Rock band? No, we didn't get into that. But definitely played a lot of Guitar Hero. Um, Played more Final Fantasy games. I think that 10 was on there. 9 and 10, I believe, was on PlayStation. We definitely played all those too. So that was kind of like the PlayStation life. Um, I don't know what came next. I can't recall off the top of my head. Oh gosh, I'm running out of town. How am I not getting enough cinders? I don't know what came next. I believe it was Dreamcast, or it was like the same time, because there was definitely times where we had two new consoles. So Dreamcast was actually really cool. I don't know what came first, Dreamcast or PlayStation 2. Let me know which one did. But I think I think it was. Man, why do cinders feel like they're not dropping? Are you guys seeing this? This is wickety whack. I'm killing a lot of stuff. All right, so Dreamcast was really fun. Crazy was it Crazy Taxi was a popular game, I believe. Look at that, no cinders. They're robbing me. You gotta get these to get cinders apparently. At least I'm finding that. Um, Another one? The heck? Two in a row? Yeah, like no cinders are dropping. I feel like sometimes it breaks. What the heck? Why does that break? All right, we're gonna do this event. I don't think we're gonna get to 300. Or yeah, I don't think we're gonna get there. Look at that. No cinders. Is this a hell tide? Are we outside the hell tide? What's going on? All right, so Dreamcast was huge on the little VR thing you could put in the Dreamcast. And we used to play a ton of sports games on there, so you couldn't see each other's play. And that was like one of the coolest things you could do on the Dreamcast. So I'm a big fan of Dreamcast because of that. What is that? Oh, Quest. Um, Played a lot of NFL 2K and NBA 2K on the Dreamcast. They didn't really have a lot of great games. Oh, back to PlayStation. Let me talk to you about PlayStation 1 game called Suikoden. Suikoden was insane. Like, that game was so good. I'm gonna start just clicking on their chest, I think. That's so lame. Cinders are not dropping. That game had over 101 characters, I believe, as an RPG. Like literally, you were just RPGing it up the whole time. Like that was so sick. We played that so much. Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2. You could do something crazy. You could save after you beat the game. When Suikoden 2 came out, you could load your characters into Suikoden 2. Like, how advanced is that shit? Like, that is some advanced gaming right there. Look at these guys not dropping cinders. I should restart my computer. My computer's broke. That's so lame. Guess we'll just go get this weapon one. Because there's no way we're getting 50 in a minute. So after Dreamcast, I think it was Xbox. Xbox came out with a pretty cool game when it came out. I think it was called Fusion Frenzy. That was like a Mario Party type game. That was actually really fun. Um, played a lot of played a lot of that game. And if you ever played Fusion Frenzy, you know. But the main game, guess what it was? You know what it was. You know we played Halo. We played Halo so much. Halo was just a great game. And still is. I mean, it's still a good game. I'm just not as good at look at all these. We gotta get this one. Alright, we'll stun everybody real quick. So Halo, we would take our TVs, our four-man group, which we had a sick four-man group. We would take our four-man group and we would take our TVs to like other friends' house. We'd play for money. It was crazy. We had so much fun with Halo. Oh, that's the quest. That's dumb. All right. So Halo, Fusion Frenzy, sports games, Xbox. How you doing? We actually, my brother and I, we had a Ethernet cord between the rooms in our house ran to System Link. So we would connect an Ethernet cord through the vents in the house, and we'd able to play each other, and we'd be like staying up all night playing that. So after that, what was it? Xbox 360? Like we kind of went away from PlayStation. Eventually got PlayStation 3, but there's like only the Final Fantasy games, and then Xbox had what was that game called? Oh man, I can't think of it. It was a good game though. Um, it was like an RPG game, but I can't think of the name right now. But after Xbox, we played some Xbox 360, and really that's when like consoles like kind of went away for us. We uh we decided to dab in PC in that mix, and I remember like we were on dial-up, and dial-up was so hard to play online games. It was absolutely insane. There was the first like open world RPG online game. It was called Ultimate Online. And Ultimate Online, if you ever played Ultimate Online, it's such a brilliant game. Like the brilliance of this game, man, it was so good. I have a friend that still plays once in a while. It's crazy. It's like pixels moving. But we played this game. I think I had some kind of like tamer, and then I had like a lumberjack. Like I had all kinds of crazy stuff. But you know what I'm talking about if you played Ultimate Line. But the 56K uh, internet speed was just it was so hard to play. It was okay. You could still play, but there's things in the game like you want to get a house, you want to get all this crazy stuff. Like very impressive for a game that old. Like literally this game is 25 years old now. Maybe yeah, 25 years old. So this game though, we played a lot of Ultimate Online. And then after Ultimate Online, we're like, man, we love this open world RPG, level up. Like that was where it was at. Oh dang, look at that. Got a nice ball lightning on that one. Okay, I see you. After that, we were like, what is the next best game? Like, what's coming out? What are we gonna play? And something showed up called EQ EverQuest. Oh, EverQuest, man. EverQuesting. Ever leveling, man. That was a grind. That game is so hard. I don't know if you've ever heard of EverQuest, played EverQuest, or watched a video on EverQuest. Like that game, you could still play it now. They have like servers that like kind of like restart, rolling restart servers. And this game, I tell you what, if you die, you lose experience. Like we'd go a whole night of grinding 5 hours, then we could wipe, and like everything we did is gone. Like everything we did, unless we like looted something or whatever. So that game was it was fun. It was a good time. But let's try a Nightmare Dungeon. I gotta show you guys this build. I told you I'd show you that like it's I don't want to do something like that. Suppressor. I guess we could try it. I don't love it. Um, so EverQuest, I had a druid, I had a warrior. The druid was Scuffy McDuffie. That was his name. Like I didn't have Kelfka yet. I did not have Kelfka yet. I didn't think of that name yet. But this druid was a lot of fun. Like literally, you'd quad kite, so you'd like it's kind of like a mage almost. The druid was. So EverQuest played that for a while, did the clan thing, played a couple expansions, and then we're like, man, EverQuest 2 we heard about. And we're like, oh man, that looks pretty good. Because I played with a lot of friends. A lot of friends played that game. And then we're like, okay, we're going to play EverQuest 2. But something else got announced. Good old Blizzard with World of Warcraft. And all my friends got into beta. We were beta in it up. Man, can we talk about real quick? That was the worst Hell Tides I've ever done. Like I have a video, and I hope you guys watch it because it's a good video. And I took some time editing the video. That, I got 23 living steel in one Hell Tide. That would took forever. So, anyways, World of Warcraft came out, played the beta. We all just literally fell in love with the game. This is the coolest thing ever. I made a priest in beta. And I was like, I am gonna level faster than anyone in this server. So this was vanilla WoW, baby. On the server. I was the third priest to level 60. So I was super wanted. Got into a really good guild with the friends, and then we decided to make our own guild. I was the guild leader, running 40 people. Let me give you this. I think it was called Ventrilo we used to use. Running 40 people. Like, could you imagine? Like, I'm like 18 years old, if that, maybe 17. I'm literally running 40 people and telling them what to do. And there's people of all ages, and they are listening to me run and Molten Core and run all this stuff. I was like, man, I can't believe these people are listening to me, but it is freaking cool because we're getting shit done. We were actually pretty dope. Oh man. And then we merged with another guild, and things got interesting, and I liked PvPing, so I started PvPing a lot, but I died. I really did. I died. I knew I was gonna die there. I knew I was gonna die there. Why did I die there? All right, so talk to me about your WoW experience. Leave a comment. Would you play? What class were you? Subscribe to the channel. Come back and visit me. I just want to talk to you guys. Have a good conversation. But now for real, WoW was great. I enjoyed. We played a couple expansions, and then WoW was just like the game of off and on. Literally, I played WoW off and on. Like I feel like my entire life. Why am I dying? These guys are these guys are brats. Yeah, I'm trying a new build too. I don't know if you noticed. It would have been a lot easier if I was ball lightning. So played Burning Crusade, played Mist of Pandaria, played a lot of the expansions, played retail right now. I played that. Dragonflight. I played Dragonflight. And just like off and on with that game. But a game I think I started in, what was it? Maybe 2013 was oh shoot. Sorry. Just don't want to die again. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Don't worry, I'm gonna finish this. Don't worry. Don't worry. Anyways, so I played a ton of League of Legends. League of Legends, baby. I don't know who's a jungle main, but that was me, jungle main. Got the platinum once. I wasn't great at it, but I really enjoyed it. Me and my current wife, or not current wife, only wife. I don't know why I said it like that. We uh we played a lot of League of Legends together. We don't want to help you. Yeah, so lots of League of Legends. I'll give you a couple of my favorite. I was a big Volibear fan. I was a big Kha'Zix fan. Who else? Man, I don't know why I played. This is like the worst. Suppressor's always bad for Sorks, no matter what. There's like no good build for Successor. Jeez. These guys are trying to kill me. But who else did I play? I tried mid, I tried ADC. I do like ADC because my wife's a support. She still plays. I don't really play anymore. Mainly ARAMs though. But I do like Misfortune. I like Ezreal. I like Jhin. Jhin's a beast, you know. And then just always been a more of a jungle player though. I deposit the Animus, baby. I think this one is it slay all enemies next? Oh, actually, I think you just go to the boss. I don't know. I don't remember. But during COVID, I kind of came back to classic WoW. Well, I did come back. I actually leveled a row, got into a good guild. We killed a lot of stuff. MC, BWL. We did a lot. Um, we were starting AQ is when I kind of fell off. We also did Diablo 2 Resurrected, and then a bunch of people are cheating in that game, so it wasn't that great. Easy to farm runes in that game. Look at all these. Look at all these mobs. Holy smokes. Travel to the corridors. I think it's this way. I can't pick up that. But Diablo 2 Resurrected was a lot of fun. I played a Sork. Everyone was a Sork. Sork was like the best. I don't know what it is now because I know they did some balancing because like nothing was better than a Sork. I didn't really try much else in Diablo 2. And then after Diablo 2 Resurrected, that's when I started playing some Dragonflight. Did a lot of PvP. Did Oh, my dog's barking. All right, I had to stop the video. I had a visitor, like real life stuff, right? Like my friend's dog, they needed to drop the dog off for a couple hours. So, I'll probably finish this dungeon. Talked about Dragonflight, and then I'll probably hang out the dogs because I feel bad, you know. But Dragonflight, it was fun, you know, doing some PvP, solo queue, doing that's why I was talking about like would you guys watch WoW Discovery? I kind of want to try it, you know. I want to try it and play it and see if you guys would watch it. So, it might be something I do, hopefully. I'm still getting used to this build too. I don't know if you guys noticed I died like a couple times. That is some crazy damage though. So if they're all stunned, it's fine. That's why I pick Lightning Spear in this, because it feels good. But Mythics were fun when you play with your friends, when you don't play with your friends, or people you know, or whatever that looks like. It's not as cool. Give me your key, bro. All right, got the key. But you know, there's a there's a thing that oh man, I didn't even talk about like phone games. That's how this YouTube channel got started. Is I used to play a phone game called Monster Super League. That's been off and on. That's kind of like World of Warcraft, off and on all the time. And people in my clan were like, "Hey, we want you to make some videos around some of the stuff you're doing in this phone game." So I started doing that, and then yeah, I kind of fell off playing that phone game. So that's when YouTube stopped. But you need to take off Lightning Spear and put on Fireball for bosses. Bosses are kind of hard so far in this build. I need to figure out something a little better against bosses. But we'll try it. Yeah, it's like when you get the I forgot to click the ultimate. When you get the ultimate, it's pretty good, I guess. But that's still like slow compared to chain lightning, right? Yeah, it's slow. So Monster Super League got me into YouTube, and I really enjoyed talking to people. I really enjoyed talking to people like people that respond or commented on chat. I really enjoyed streaming too. I actually really enjoyed that. It's just hard to find time to do the streaming right now. So hopefully one day I get back streaming on a regular basis. That'd be really fun. Had a lot of fun with that. Having a lot of fun right now with Diablo 4. Um, and just like gaming and streaming and making content in general. So hopefully I could do Diablo 4, maybe do some season of discovery of World of Warcraft, and you guys would watch and subscribe and like and all that good stuff, so I could keep pumping out the content here. But thank you for watching this video. This is the story of Kefka's gaming. I know it's kind of a little bit all over the place, but I appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next episode. I think I'm going to talk about I might talk about like my fitness journey. I had some interesting things around fitness and some stuff I wouldn't mind opening up to. So thanks for watching. Like I said, like, subscribe. I will talk to you later. Have a good night.